book outlet is just like taunting me with emails, and I'm super optimistic. That was loud. Kind of out of the gate, you know this. She goes to a party and another car alarm's going off. She's such a great author. She's such a great writer. That's the same thing. Hi everyone, it's Audrey and welcome back to Chapter and Converse. Today's video is my book outlet Boxing Day book haul. And I'll admit I originally wasn't going to shop the sale because I'm trying to just be more mindful about the books that I'm buying. But then a book that I wanted from the Black Friday sale, which sold out, popped back. And then I realized that I could get that and a few more books that I had been eyeing. And if I added like one or two more, I could get to that $35 threshold and save $10. And then poof, I got 8 books. So that's what I did. And I'm happy about all of them. But like I said, this is probably my last haul for a while, so I'm just gonna revel in it a little bit. And I'm gonna really try and focus on reading books off my shelf, which is part of my 2019 reading project, which is a video that already went up. And, you know, getting books from my library, which I've done a much better job of, I would say, like in the past 2 months, and I'm gonna keep on that track. And then really focus only on buying books that I genuinely love, or if it's like a must-buy author that I kind of buy, no questions asked. So none of that is relevant to this video. Let's just get on with the haul. So the first book I got, and the book that I wanted Black Friday but sold out but has since popped back, is Making It Up As I Go Along by Marian Keyes. And this is a compilation of articles and essays that she's written for different magazines or newspapers, or they would be on her website, or she used to have a newsletter, and then some of them I think are just have never been published. And it's I'm just such a huge fan of hers that this is something I absolutely wanted in my collection. I've read some of her you know, articles and essays before, and I've seen her speak and do book readings so many times, and she's absolutely hysterical. So I'm so excited to have this. And it's everything from like how to break up with your hairdresser to dealing with funny things with your family and getting older. She's just such a riot, and I'm so excited to have this book and to have it kind of complete my Marian Keyes collection. The next book I got is It's Always the Husband by Michelle Campbell. And I've heard about this on multiple booktube channels, and it keeps kind of popping up. So it, of course, popped onto my TBR. And this is, I guess, kind of like a mystery thriller. And it's about 3 best friends who meet in college. And then we fast forward a bit, and sort of the teaser of it is the 3 of them are standing on a bridge. One of them is on the edge and wants to jump, and another one is encouraging her to do that. So this sounds really interesting to me. I don't know much more about it, and I don't want to, but I love the idea that it's always the husband. So whether it is, you know, Gone Girl and the husband did it, or you're watching a TV show and it's people are looking at the husband, or the husband is driving her to want to jump off the bridge, I don't know. But I love the prospect of, you know, the 3 friends, and one of them is on the edge and another one is saying like, jump. So the next book I picked up is actually not a mystery, which is part of my 2019 challenge for myself. And it's Christina Lauren's Love and Other Words. And I want to say I heard about this from Heather on Bookables, and it's women's fiction. And it's been a while since I have read any women's fiction, and it's been so long, like I don't even know who the new authors are who write women's fiction. So Christina Lauren is actually 2 people, which I didn't know until she said it. They've written a bunch of books together, but this book sounds, you know, really interesting to me and something that I've always enjoyed, and I'm trying to read outside of my mystery genre. So this is about Macy and Elliot, and they, I guess, like had a relationship when they were younger and didn't work out, and now they're meeting again as adults. So it's a story about them, and it's told in both timelines from when they were younger and in present day. So it sounds really enjoyable. It sounds like a good kind of introduction to Christina Lauren, and I'm excited to just read something new and, you know, have a new author for me to explore. The next book I got, I don't know a ton about, but it kept kind of coming up on different people's channels, and it seemed to just keep popping up. You know, when I was picking one book, you know, you're gonna like this book type of a thing. And that's The Nightsister by Jennifer McMahon. And this takes place in Vermont, and the Tower Motel, I guess, was like some great destination place in the 1950s, but then it's like in complete disrepair sort of years later. And these two sisters and their friend Amy, I think like either grew up there or around there or something having to do with there. And something happens when they're younger where the sister's friendship with Amy comes to some sort of an end, and the sisters wind up leaving. And then we fast forward a bunch of years when the sisters are adults, and they find out that Amy and her entire family are dead, and it's believed to be at Amy's hands. And Amy has scrawled a message that says like 29 rooms, I think it says. Yeah, 29 rooms. And the sisters know that the message is for them. So they wind up having to come back and kind of confront whatever the secrets were and whatever that message means. And then I think there's a whole other plot about women who lived at the hotel maybe like back in the 50s in the heyday or something. So I'm not totally sure. I don't know what all it's about, but like I said, it keeps popping up everywhere. It's getting great reviews. It has all sorts of raves, obviously, on the back about it. So yes, I picked up a women's fiction, but here I am back in the land of thriller. The next book I picked up, I basically picked it up for two reasons. One, I liked the cover, and two, it was 99 cents. And that's Before We Met by Lucy Whitehouse. So this is a hardcover, and it was 99 cents, which I'm guessing either means it's not that great or they had so many copies they were desperate to get rid of them. But this is about Hannah and Mark, and they are two Brits, I believe, who meet in New York, kind of have a whirlwind romance, get married, move back to London, and then Mark leaves for a business trip and he never comes back. And Hannah's looking into what happened, but like nobody at his company knows that he was on a business trip, and she's getting phone calls from some strange woman that she doesn't know who's like looking for him, and Hannah's bank account is empty. So it's like, what on earth is going on? Where is my husband? And the whole kind of question is, do you really know anyone, or what kind of they were up to before you met? So obviously this is Hannah looking into what happened. It reminds me a little bit of The Marriage Lie by Kimberly Bell from like a premise standpoint. So we'll see what happens, but you know, worst case scenario for 99 cents, if I don't like it, my library will. The next book I picked up is a replacement copy of a book, and it's The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. So I have the original copy of this that I read in college, and I feel like I've shown it in another video. It's a trade paperback. It has all my highlights and notes from when I read it for class and when I read it after that. So I did want to get a proper clean copy of it. With the Testaments coming out this year, I'm absolutely going to reread this probably like in August, and I just wanted to have a pretty clean version in my collection. The next book that I picked up is Wendy Walker's Emma in the Night. And this book is about two sisters, Cass, who's 15, and Emma, who's 17, who disappear one night. And fast forward 3 years, and Cass comes home, but there's no sign of Emma. So what happened? Where's her sister? Where have they been all this time? So Cass winds up meeting with like a psychiatrist, I believe. Yes, but there are holes to her story and something doesn't seem right. So it's kind of that whole mystery investigation in the family, and you know, where were they and what happened, and what is she not telling, or what is she not remembering? So I'll be honest, I read All Is Not Forgotten by Wendy Walker, which was a big book of hers. Maybe it came out in 2017, and some people like love it, love it, love it. I didn't. I read the whole book, and I really struggled with it. And it was sort of, the premise of it is there's a teenage girl who winds up getting raped at a party, and there's this new science that can, you know, help people who are victims of any kind of trauma, whether it is something like the rape, or there's another storyline about someone who's come back from war, and they can like remove those memories so you don't know what actually happened to you. And conceptually I thought it was interesting, but I didn't like the book. So I am optimistic that this one will be good. I'm probably not making it sound like it, but I just did not get on with that book. It's not that the writing was bad in any way, because if it was, I wouldn't have picked up another book, but I just didn't like the story. So I'm hopeful about this one. You know, I want to give it a try, and we'll just see where it takes me. But it sounded interesting, so obviously I'm holding it in my hand, so I picked it up. Okay, so the last book I got, I know nothing about it. At $8, it was the most expensive book that I got, and it was kind of my leap of faith, but I just couldn't not add it to my cart. And it's Us Against You by Frederick Bachman. And I know this is the sequel to Beartown. Haven't finished Beartown. I had no interest in picking it up for the longest time because it sort of kept coming across my page, but I was like, oh, high school hockey, huh, what, YA, never read anything about it. And then I kind of started to pay a little bit more attention, and then I paid more attention to the reviews, and then I realized, holy crap, I think I'm missing out on something good. Every waiting list at the library and the ebook was like months, but I put my name on it and kind of kept on trucking, and my name just came off the list, so I just picked it up the other day. And holy crap, like, how did I not read this book sooner? And how did I not just buy it because I'm gonna go buy it because I have to have it in my life? And I don't know, I'm like a third of the way through. I've already cried. Like, I cried by like page 60 or 70, I think. This book is so good. I'm like all invested in like the thing that happens hasn't even happened yet. But I couldn't not pick this up because I kind of figured this is a great opportunity. If I love it and if I don't love it, I can certainly happily pass this on to someone else, but I don't think that's actually going to happen. So I picked this up. I know it's kind of silly, but for like buying it, not knowing anything, not having even read the first book yet, but I did. Here it is. And now I'm so happy I got it. So now the mission is, I'm desperate to get a hardcover of Beartown, but it's like, I think it was like $30 on Amazon or something, because obviously it doesn't exist anymore. So I will be stalking Book Outlet, who didn't have it, and like library sales and stuff like that. And we'll see, maybe I'll get the paperback, but I got this, so happy about it. So that does it for my haul, my big last hurrah of 2018, and I'm excited. I feel good. I think I got some good books. I'm happy to have a new copy of Handmaid's Tale. You know, it's just all in. It was a good kind of cherry on top of my book buying year. So let me know if you guys have read any of those books and what you thought of them. If there's any you think I should be, you know, kind of prioritizing. And also would love to know if anyone else fell prey to the Book Outlet Boxing Day haul. There were so many good deals, and like the more you spent, the more you saved. So I do feel like I did pretty good by not going completely insane. It's all relative. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Just because I'm not going to be buying tons of books doesn't mean I'm not going to be, you know, like library hauling or, you know, talking about books that I want to still read. So we're just going to kind of put a new twist on how to haul stuff for a little bit. It's not a book buying ban. It's just a little bit more mindful shopping. So like I said, a thumbs up if you want to hear about more hauls or kind of book chatting, and definitely subscribe so you are getting alerted on when new videos are getting posted. So thank you guys as always for hanging out with me today, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.